Hello friends, welcome to the craft room. Welcome in, come join me. We're going to do 2 fun projects to get me ready for my convention tomorrow. So come on in and join me in the craft room. My name is Susan, this is Revive DIY and Upcycled Designs. I am so happy that you're here. So we are going to ink a t-shirt and chalk a chalk suede journal today. So if you've never seen any of these techniques, hopefully this will be something new and informative for you. And if you have, hopefully you'll just enjoy watching the process. As I think I might have mentioned, did I mention this yet? I don't even remember, you guys. How is what is today? Thursday going. I hope you're having a great day. We are almost to the weekend, you guys. So I'm excited because it's our big convention. It's called ChalkCon, and I'm an independent designer with Chalk Couture. So it's our one time a year where we all can get together, normally in person. Last year we did it in Denver. Oh my gosh, that was such a wonderful time. I made some really great friends, and it was just wonderful to be in that atmosphere. So they're doing it only virtual this year, but that's okay because that actually works out better for my life. And the cool thing about it is we can do it virtual. We can still do things to kind of participate. They always have a theme every year. And the best thing about it is it's the time of year where they launch a bunch of new products. So all of the new products coming our way in July, they will be released to the public in July. We get to sneak peek it as a designer, and we get to try out a few things. We have a couple transfers that are exclusive for designers that they've sent to us. If you purchased a premium ticket, you got like the swag that goes all along, like what you would usually get when you go to conventions. So I am going to actually ink my shirt today because we usually have theme days, and tomorrow is the day we wear our shirt. Everybody wears the same shirt if they have gotten it. And I'm going to ink my shirt for that for tomorrow. And they always give us a notebook because we take lots of notes. We have business classes. We not only get the product launch, which that'll happen tomorrow. We'll see all the new products for fall, but they also have business classes. So we learn a lot of things. So we always have a new notebook. And this year we get to make our own. Usually they have one pre-printed and sent to us. But this year they sent us the actual notebook. It's one of our chalk suede notebooks, which is actually out of stock online right now just because they sent them to all the designers. They will be back in stock though, you guys. These are fabulous. If you have never done a chalking project, these are a great gift. They're great just to have on hand for you, and they're a great beginner's project just because of the type of material that they are that we're using. So I have an exclusive design that I get to put on there. That's our, like I said, our theme this year is catch the wave. So they're doing all different kinds of things. But these are just bullet journals. I'm not sure if you can see the little dots, if you know what a bullet journal is. And this paper is called chalk suede. It's exclusive to us, but it's basically a treated paper. So it's very forgiving. If you make a mistake, you can wipe it off before it dries. That's why it's really good for beginners. We have this in a notebook. We have chalk suede pages of like 12 by 12. We have chalk suede note cards. We have chalk suede tags. So we do all kinds of things with chalk suede. It's a great product to try out. Actually, if you ever order one of my sample kits from my website that you get sent to you, $5, guys, and you get everything you need to make one little tiny project. They send you a piece of chalk suede, a tag, so that way you can wipe it off or do it over or see what it's like to clean it off and try again. So it's really a cool invention. Whoever came up with it, I think it's awesome. So we're going to do that, and we're going to ink the shirt. But I am real quick going to, it's completely optional whether or not, like I said, the paper's treated, which you can use any of our transfers and chalk paste on paper anyway if you treat it with a surface wax. But this paper, this chalk suede is made to be able to be used with our transfers. Some people wax it and some people don't. They do suggest that you wax it, and the only reason being that this really grabs a hold of your transfer, just like when you use glass or use metal or plastic. Those materials really grab a hold of our transfers a lot, and it may stretch your transfer. And in order to not do that, I am going to go ahead and wax mine. There really isn't a front or back. They look exactly the same, so you get to decide what the front and back is. But I'm just going to take a little bit of my surface wax, and I'm going to cover this journal so that it will be ready to go when we get done inking my shirt. So I'm just going to apply a thin layer on there, and it's just going to make it a little bit easier for me to, I can see the wax on there, so I just want to make sure I cover it. Just going to make it a little bit easier for me to work with my design. It's completely up to you. If you don't want to, be sure you fuzz your transfer a lot, because like I said, this material really likes to grab it. So I just applied a thin layer of surface wax on there. This is just the kind that I have in my shop, but you can use any kind of surface wax that you might have on hand. And then just buff it really, really well. And buffing it just means, you know, rubbing it in, making sure you don't have too much clumps or too much in one spot. And even if you wanted, you could take your blow dryer and warm it up and make sure it would glide along there really well. And then I'm just going to set that aside, and that will be ready to go. So we are going to do a couple fun techniques today that you may or may not have seen me do. Now this is the other item that I got in my swag. You guys saw my sweatshirt yesterday, or if you didn't, go back and check out the replay of my video from yesterday, because I upcycled my sweatshirt that I purchased that says chalk on it. So I have to heat set that, and I have to heat set this one. So this one, I usually let them set 24 hours, but my convention starts tomorrow during the day. So I'll probably rush this one along. I'll use my blow dryer and warm it up or dry it before so I can go ahead and get it heat set. But this is the t-shirt we all have. It's really cute, right? I mean, that just gives you like 70s beachy vibes, right? And what's so funny is my youngest son today has a t-shirt on that has this exact same ring here and here. It's a little bit different shade than mine, but he wear it, and I said, oh my gosh, I have a t-shirt that's gonna look just like that. So that was too funny. He's 19, and that was one he chose. Now his does not have a cool design on it, and he wouldn't want it to have a cool design on it, but I just thought it was funny that we have similar shirts. So I am going to ink on this, and this is the transfer that I have for this. Is that not cool? Catch the weight. The coolest thing about this is our transfers are reusable, so I can use this over and over and over again. I'm going to use it for an inking project today, but I could do a lot of other projects with it. Now, the items that I'm showing you today, these two transfers are only for designers. You can only get them if you're a designer, and you could only get them if you have pre-purchased a premium ticket swag item. So our convention's tomorrow. It's not too late. You could still become a designer. You just wouldn't be able to get these, but guess what? You would get early access to all the new products that are going to be launching in July. And also you're going to get to see them all. Plus you can get, if you wanted to become a business owner, you could also get business teachings, or you could just be part of all the fun. Anytime we have any product launches or any kind of specials for designers, you could qualify. So I have included a link on there. If you're interested, click on the link, just get the info. It doesn't obligate you to anything. I can't even see that you've clicked on it. If you're not sure about it, you can always message me and ask me any questions. It's only $9.95 in the US to activate to become a designer. Now, what you purchase after that is completely up to you. You do get special, you get 40% off of everything that you purchase on the website. You do get access to the monthly Club Couture and lots of other perks. But it's completely up to you what you purchase after that. It's just $9.95 to activate. So check it out if it's something you're even halfway thinking about, or you think, oh, I'd like to be able to get craft supplies at a discount. I've got a shadow going on. I can't tell. Ooh, blinded me. And I'm happy to answer any questions for you. No obligation, no pressure. It's just, I love it. I love the product, and I love sharing it with you guys. So that's why I'm here, and I just thought it'd be fun. I have to do this anyway. It'd be fun to share the process with you guys. We are actually going to do what I like to call a hot mess technique. So they actually sent us some singles. I've told you guys before, we started offering, the beginning of this year, we started offering singles in our ink for our ink packets. These are 3 colors that they sent for this project. Orange Peel, which I love, Bumblebee, and of course Couture Teal. I told you that's our signature color. I'm not going to use these single packets because I actually have each one of these colors in a jar. So I'm going to save these for another time. But I'm also going to throw couture coral into it because I can, because I'm DIYing it, and because I can make it look any way I want it to look. So that's the cool thing about DIY, right? So I'm going to use these 4 colors, and we are going to create a fun t-shirt. And I'm going to use what we call the hot mess technique. So what I wanted to try first, so I am actually going to use that. I'm put the transfer here. I went ahead and struggled with and wrestled with my ink mat to get it here. Most people are putting their designs on the front of their shirt, which, you know, a lot of our t-shirts have them on the front. I'm actually going to put my design on the back. And then I have a small little chalk couture emblem transfer that I'm actually going to put on the front. So just so you know, that's what I'm doing, because I want to customize it and make it my own. So I'm going to put the Catch the Wave on the back. I went ahead and put the ink mat in here, and I am going to go ahead and take this transfer right off of the backer sheet, which I've already marked the front and back, which is what I like to do. Now, because I'm inking it, I don't fuzz it. I want it to be as sticky as possible. And that area you can see through, that's the silkscreen area. So that's why we get such a great image every time. So let me just see if I can get this on here in the middle. And there's a line running down the back of my shirt where it was folded, but I don't believe it's the actual middle. So I need to pay attention to it a little better. And I think, I'm just guessing, I mean, I'm probably going like a whole hand width down, because my hair isn't real long in the back right now, but it's a little bit long. So I want to try to make sure that the image doesn't, I'm sure there's like a proper placement for your, how far down they place on the back of when they do it, something on a t-shirt, but I'm just going to eyeball it, because that's how I do. That is how I do. Let me just make sure I have it laid out straight so I can see approximately where it needs to be and whether it's laying straight. I believe that's about the middle. I think I'm good there. And I think I'll probably have to have it on it and then hold it up to see whether or not I have it straight. If you have not tried inking, it's super fun to try. Now, I'll be honest with you guys, I was really toying with the idea of painting the back first. So you can use our ink to even like do more than just transfers with. You can actually dye products with it. But I was thinking of taking the coral and doing like almost like a watercolor or air technique. I don't know, that's what I was thinking about doing. Let me see if I can find a paintbrush. Let me see if I have one close. Of course, I do not. You guys, all my paintbrushes are in the bathroom. Hang on, let me grab one. Okay, I want to try it. I mean, what's the worst that can happen? It's ink, so you do need to be careful, but what's the worst that can happen? I could mess it up, but you know what? I'll figure out a way to make it look cool, even if I mess it up, because everything is figure outable, right? So let's see what I can come up with here, y'all. Let me get my wipe so I have something for my fingers. You know, when we work with ink, I love to have that handy. So what I'm gonna do first is I'm gonna take my couture coral and I am gonna just do like a background. I'm just gonna grab some of my ink. This is one of our paintbrushes actually. And I am going to, I don't know, I'm just gonna kind of, we'll see what happens. I'm just gonna play a little. And I don't think I need to water it down. I mean, I don't think I do. We'll see. But I just thought it might be kind of fun to have it a little different. I've got some dried ink, obviously. If you wanted it a little do it just to see if it glides a little better and blends a little better. You guys, I don't mind trying things out for new, and I don't mind showing you guys while I do it. If it's a fail, like I said, I'll figure it out. I'll figure out something. Now, I will need to dry it before I put the next layer on it, which is the transfer. But I know you guys must think I'm crazy. You might probably like, what is she doing? And maybe just a little bit more. Just like a little background base. That's going to be plenty, I think. Let's see. Yeah, I think that's going to cover it all. I think that's enough to cover it. I've already taken the lid off. I mean, the back off of this, so it's hard for me to see, but let's just, yep, I think that'll be good. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm living dangerously now because I've already taken that transfer off. And look at me putting that right on my shirt. Now this is ink. If it gets anywhere you don't want it, it is going to stain. So be careful. Don't be as haphazard as I'm being right now. And then just check your fingers before you touch it. Not that you would be able to tell on here, I don't think. But I just want to try something. You know, everybody, even if I was going to chalk on in person, I would probably do this because I can make it lighter. I apologize, guys. I can't seem to make it lighter. Is that really dark for y'all too? Because now I'm off my fade. Let me see. It's not too bad, is it, guys? I can't tell. Hopefully it's not. It's very dark on my side. All right. Okay, that should be good. That should be good. Now, that color was not sent in our little packet, but I just wanted to add it, so that's what we're going to do. All right, now let's see again if I can try again to get my shirt straight. And find the middle and where this should be. So now, obviously, I want to make sure that my design is over top of where that is. And the T needs to be in the middle. I think that's pretty good. And then let's see if we can tell on the side whether or not it's lined up straight. Maybe a little tiny bit over. I think that's straight. Let's put it up and see, you guys. And I'm just going to press down really well on my silk screen area. So this is what we got so far. One layer of ink, and then I'm putting my transfer over top of it. I think, does that look straight? I think it looks straight, you guys. I think it does. We're going for it. So just press really well. And then I usually even take a squeegee and I kind of go over where the silk screen is to make sure I have good contact. And look, I've got a bump right here. Why is that doing that? I've got a wrinkle right there. So we're going to take that off and try again. You don't want any bleeds. Okay, now, when you do a hot mess technique, I'm going to keep it just like this because I'm hoping you guys can see it. Okay, I don't want you to not be able to see it, but I want to try to keep as much of the fabric out of the way as possible. I don't know if I can do it this way. Maybe I can. Maybe I can. Let's see. We'll do it like this so you guys can see well. I usually try to keep the rest of the fabric out of the way so that I don't get ink on it where I don't want to. But what we're doing today is, I think that's right. Okay. Since we're doing the hot mess technique, these are the 3 color single ink packets that they sent, these colors. So everybody's gonna have these colors, but mine's gonna have a little pink in the background, so, or coral. So what you do when you're doing a hot mess technique is basically you're taking a little bit of all the colors that you want to use. Could be 1 color, well obviously not 1. It could be 2 colors, it could be 3, 4, 5, however many colors you want. I could have just done hot mess with all the pink, the coral, and these colors as well. But I decided I wanted that little bit different background. But what you're going to do is take your ink and you're going to have some, you're going to find something to get it with. I use my little mini spatulas to pull it out. Isn't that gorgeous? Coral, this is teal, that's our orange, and then this is bumblebee. Okay, and then what you would do is take, I'm trying to be really careful, is take a little bit of each of them and put it, I need to get another coral, y'all, because I'm getting down to the bottom. You want to take a however much ink you think you're going to use, but remember, you can't put it back in the jar because we're going to mix them all together and just see how it comes out. So you take your little squeegee or some type of tool like that, or a little spatula, and you just dab it in different places. And keep in mind that I just want a tiny bit at the top, like the sun's catching it. That you cannot put it back in once it's here. So you want enough that it's gonna definitely have enough ink to cover the surface, but not so much that you're wasting your ink. Does that make sense, you guys? And obviously, whichever color you want the most of, put the most of it. Okay, we're just gonna go with that much yellow because I don't want a ton of yellow. And that looks like a lot of yellow right now. Now, for the wave, I really don't want a lot. I just want mainly my teal. And I love my teal. So I definitely want quite a bit of that in here. I think that's probably enough. Because I think I'm going to have some left over from the bottom. I'm probably going to do my wave first. I'll show you what I mean here in a minute. Now I do want quite a bit of orange. I like the orange. It's fun. It's bright, cheery. And I really haven't used the orange much. I probably have way too much ink on here, you guys, but I'd rather have too much than not enough. And then I have to decide if I don't have enough, which color I'm going to grab, which is probably going to be the orange. But that's what you do, is you kind of dab little bits of it, and you can do the same thing with chalk paste. We're going to do it on the journal as well. Dab little bits of the colors all over like you want it, and then you take one of your squeegees. This is one of my small squeegees. This is actually a special one that only designers have gotten. This is what a normal squeegee would look like, a small size. And I am just going to take, first I'm going to do down here because I just want my wave to be mostly blue. So I'm doing my teal, and like I said, I think I probably have more than I need up there. So we'll see. If I need more, I'll grab more. But what I want to do is I want to kind of mix it like here. This is the part that I'm mixing. And I just want it to kind of blend together. Not make a new color, but just kind of like, maybe like the sun shines on the waves just a little bit. Might even grab a little bit more and put it on the edge of the wave. Okay. Now for up here, I'm going to do the exact same thing. You just kind of keep your squeegee. You don't do it too much. You don't overwork it because you don't want to make a new color. You just want to blend what you have, right? And actually, I don't know. I need a little more. Maybe will I do from top to bottom? I could do that. And basically, you're just going to kind of go with the flow and see what happens. I might need some more. Ooh, it's looking pretty cool already. Do you guys see what's happening? I'm gonna need more. It's so hard to tell with ink, with the hot mess technique, because I know about how much I need when I'm, so right now I'm seeing a lot of, even with this, if some of the pink showed through, it probably wouldn't be the worst thing. I'm seeing a lot of orange, a lot of yellow. I'm not seeing as much teal. Maybe we'll throw a little more teal on that, at it. Because I do feel like I have quite a bit of orange, so let's throw some more teal at it. But try not to blend it with what you already have. Don't get it in your, but I'm wondering if some of the pink shows through, it might be okay. I don't know. We're just going to have fun with it. That's all I know. That's all I know. I'm trying to make sure I cover all of the transfer, but if I don't and pink shows through, we're gonna roll with that. Last year at convention is when I learned the technique called tornado, and I haven't done it but a few times since then. And it's very similar to this, but instead of coming up, you kind of go in a swirl. You put your colors in the middle and you go in a swirl and see what happens. All right, I'm checking my fingers though, even though I'm doing a kind of crazy design here, I'm still checking my fingers. Now when you work with ink, you don't have to move quite as fast because it doesn't dry as quickly. Let me real quick close up my ink and put it to the side. And if you guys have any questions about any of the techniques I'm showing or any of the what I'm using, please feel free to ask in comments or send me a message. What do you think, guys? You ready? Let's see how it turned out. Oh, I hope I like it. Let's pull it back slowly in case you missed something and you really did want to go down. I'm not going to worry about it because the pink's going to show through the back if I missed any, as long as I can still read the word. Over here, I'm not sure I could read the word. Hang on. I think I've lost the edge of my H. So that's one thing that I wouldn't have thought of. So let's grab another color. Let's see, what do we do over here? Maybe we'll grab some yellow. I do want to make sure I can see the outline of my letters. I didn't think about that part. So make sure you can see your, because otherwise you won't know what it says, right? I don't know, guys. We'll see. I might have should put more on there. Let's see. Ugh, I'm not sure, you guys. Oh, I think I better put more on there. Okay, let's just put some more orange on there. I think I better put some more on there just because I feel like even though the pink is showing through, which is kind of cool, it's hard to see the outline of the letters. It's an experiment. It's a science experiment, y'all. Ooh, that's a big hunk of yuck. Try not to go off the edge of your transfer. I'm getting awfully close with some of it. All right, I need to stop messing because I'm going to make a whole new color. All right, we're going for it this time, guys, for real. Now, when you use ink, you definitely want to make sure you wash your transfer as soon as you can. Ooh, I like the way the wave turned out. That's kind of cool. It's got a little bit of green on top. I'm going to spray mine with water until I can get it to the sink, but definitely wash it as soon as possible because you don't want your ink to dry in your silk screen, okay? What do you guys think? What do you think? And then my collar is that gold. What do you think? Hit that heart button if you guys like this. Let me know in comments. What do you think of it? It's not quite as vibrant because I messed with it a couple times, I think. So I kind of created some other colors because I overworked it. But I still think it's kind of cool. I could always, if I want to add a little bit more pop of color, like with the orange or the yellow, I'll wash my transfer, let this dry, and I'll put it back over it, and I can add some more. But isn't that cool? And then I'm going to put a logo on the front. I'm probably going to do a hot mess technique with that too, for the logo on the front that says Chalk Couture. So that's my shirt. Let's put that aside and let's go ahead and get to our journal because that was going to be super fun. Now I got to be careful because it's wet ink and I don't want to mess it up. Okay, now for the journal. We're going to do something a little bit similar. Let's see, they sent the blues and that and that. I might want to add a little bit of, so I've got the coral. They sent these colors, Couture Coral, Lakeshore, and Colonial Blue for this transfer for the book. I am actually going to go ahead and fuzz this as well. And I've already marked the front and back of these. So fuzzing just makes it a little less sticky, you guys. And I'm going to place this on, right on the middle. I'm going to kind of use the margin here, the little bend on the binder, as my eyeball to help me eyeball it. Actually, you know what? I'm going to put it up a little bit more and I'm going to write ChalkCon 2023 here for me. All right. I see something on my silk screen. Probably about time for me to wash my fuzzing claws again. There we go. Okay, whoops. There we go. Goodness, y'all. I got something on there. Okay, so I have that lined up. Now for down here, I'm going to use these two blues. This is Shimmer Splash and Duchess. So I'm going to use those two blues down here on the water. And then for this up here, I'm either going to do it only in the Couture Coral, or I may add some, sorry guys, my nose is itching. I may add some orange to it. Feeling orangey today. Can you tell I'm feeling orangey? I don't know if I want to add any other color to it. I might just add those two colors. All right, let's do the shimmers first. Do you guys, did you get the Duchess? I love that. It needs stirring, it looks like, but I think we'll be all right. And then this is Shimmer Splash. This is from several years ago. I don't think it has a date on there, but it's from several years ago. Not available anymore. And I'm gonna need to get a couple more. Oh, I don't know if I have all of them. I have a big pack of all these little things, but I might not. I think I'm gonna take these and wash them off, since I had ink on them for my orange and my coral. Because I want it to kind of coordinate a little bit. Doesn't have to coordinate a lot, but maybe just a little. Okay, so I'm just gonna take a little bit, let's stir this, a little bit of each one of these. Again, remember, you can't put it back in the jar when you're done. So if you get too much, you just kind of have to let it go. So trying, it's a guessing game. The more you do it, the better you get at it, I think, but it's kind of a guessing game. But I wanted some shimmer down here on my waves. I'm just gonna grab one of my mini squeegees for this one. And again, we're gonna do the same type thing. Actually, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna kind of, I definitely got way too much. I didn't get enough ink and I got too much. It's hard to tell with ink because sometimes the ink seeps right into the material, you know, it soaks in pretty good. So now I have this left over. I may use it up here, you guys. We'll see. We'll see. All right, so you see what I did down there? We're gonna go ahead and peel that up before it dries. Can get it to come up. If I really didn't like it, since it's not dry, I could go ahead and wipe it off and do it again, just so you know, because of the chalk suede paper. I'm just gonna paste and peel though. I'm gonna go ahead and pull this part up so we can see what it looks like. That's pretty cool looking. I like that. And then what you do is you just let it drop. You don't press it back down, but you just let it drop. Okay. Yeah, I like that. I think that's cool. Okay, so up here, I'm trying to decide if I want to add any other color, if I want to add any of the yellow or not. No, I'm not going to use as much. All right, guys. Hi, Jeannie. How are you? Thanks for joining me today. All right, so we're going to do this hot mess. Let's see. I'm trying to decide if I need to add any other colors or just two is going to be enough. I can't decide. You know, I really, really, really want to put a tiniest bit. Oh, I can't decide if I want to pull. I don't want to pull any of this blue up there because it's shimmer, but I'm trying to decide if I want to add the tiniest bit of teal to it. Just maybe just a little, just a little, just a little, you guys. I can't help myself. Y'all know how much I love our teal. We won't add a lot. We'll just put a couple dabs. Because, you know, we can. All right, that's good. We'll just do a little, just a tiny, just a hint of teal. Hanging out on the couch with your fur babies. That sounds nice. Oh, thank you for sprinkling, Jeannie. I appreciate that. Okay, guys, so here we go. We just got a little dab of all these different colors, and let's just play with it and see what happens. Actually, I think I'm going to start from this angle. Remember, don't work it too much because then you end up with a whole new color. You just want to try to get almost like a tie-dye effect. And I do love my tie-dye. All right, now I'm going to try to go back over it and pull off any extra, because I definitely used too much, as usual. All right. And I don't want any lines, so I'm going to try to gently pull it off because I don't want to create a new color. All right. Now, whatever I had left on there is toast because I love the shimmer too. Look at this. All right, let's see what happens. Let's just see. It's always a fun surprise when you do this. You never know. Ta-da! All right, let me spray my transfer. Go wash those in the sink with some water when I'm done. Oh, got a little bit here. I can just scrape that off and wipe that off before it dries. There we go. Got us a whole little tie-dye book. What do you think, guys? Isn't that cute? Oh, well, that's fun. Now, when you blend them together like that, if you blend them too much, you get less and less vibrancy. Like I said, I could have even done probably like a guava, and that would have really popped out, but I love it. So now it's my own. I'm probably either going to write my name or I'm going to write ChalkCon 2023 down here, one of the two. I don't know which, but see the shimmer on the waves? Isn't that cute? Oh, thank you, Jeannie. I appreciate that. So that is my projects, you guys. How fun is this? What do you think? What do you think of the t-shirt? So I am all set for tomorrow. Start taking my notes and learning. Isn't that cool? So this will need to be heat set and then it will be permanent. I can wash it as many times as I want, wear it year after year after year after year. Hey, Miss Lou, thank you for joining me. I need it to wear tomorrow, so usually I let them sit and just dry for about 24 hours. I let them sit out and just dry. But because I need to wear it tomorrow, before 24 hours is up, I'll take my dryer, I'll blow dry it really, really, really well, make sure it's completely dry, then I'll heat set it. Now I have a heat press, so I'll use that, but you can also do ink with your iron, as long as you use parchment paper on it. I use usually also some kind of, thank you so much. I also use like a little heat pad in between it. And remember, we have ink singles now. So if you want to ever try ink, it's super inexpensive and super fun and easy. And if you're afraid to do it on like this particular shirt, I only have one of these, right? They sent me this as a special for our convention. But if you're worried about doing that, test it. Just use a little tiny bit of the ink and test it on something. And get a dollar tea towel from from the Dollar General or, you know, the dollar store and test it out for yourself just to see how it works. I'll tell you right now, once you do it, you'll fall in love with it, because I love that I can ink shirts, I can ink mugs, I can ink pillowcases, I can ink anything that I want to be able to wash. So that is so much fun to me. But anyway, thanks for letting me share my ChalkCon swag with you and get ready for my convention. Thanks for letting me bring these ideas into your world for just a little while. I hope that they were informative, or at least entertaining at the least. And I hope that you guys will have a great rest of your Thursday, a great rest of your week. I hope that the sun starts shining wherever you are. I hope the sun starts shining here. But I will not be on tomorrow or Saturday. Well, that's not true. I will not be on live on here. However, if you're in my VIP group, if you are not a designer, you can be in my VIP group, and I will be doing a sneak peek of all of the new product that's getting ready to launch in my VIP group as soon as I have that information. So it'll be sometime tomorrow, and I'll put a post out and let everybody know. Not sure what time that'll be, but I'll get to see it tomorrow, and I want to share it with you. So join my VIP group if you're not already in there. And until I see you guys next time, please be safe, be healthy, and of course, be blessed. Bye, guys.